Heartbreak Avenue.
My woman left me.
My woman left me too. Hello, lonesome.
Good morning, blue.
Let's take in all the honky-tonks around. Let's find us 2 more women to help us paint the town. We'll drink away the lonesome and the blue, and love away those doggone heartaches too. They say I'm having fun now, how about you?
My head's a-hurtin'.
My stomach hurts me too. Hello, dummy.
Well, hello, fool.
Why did we take that drive to Lover's Lane? We hugged and kissed, they barked up at the moon. I took mine home with me. Love still makes me feel blue too.
That makeup changed you.
That girl held a lot of you. I'd rather be lonesome,
and I'd rather be blue.
Hello, lonesome. Good morning, blue. From the peaceful Ozark Mountains you can hear the whippoorwill softly call. And there's not a sight more brilliant than the colored autumn leaves there in the fall. That rich black Delta flatland sure yields a pretty crop. Miles and miles of endless beauty never seem to stop. Arkansas, you set my heart aglow, Arkansas. Your flowing rivers feed the lakes and streams that wind so endless through our land. And it's plain to see that God reached down from heaven and He's blessed you with His hands. I'm proud to say that you're my home, I'm one of the chosen few. No, you're not heaven, but until I get there you will do. Arkansas, you set my heart aglow, Arkansas. From interstate to city streets to a dusty country road, like moonlight dancing across the lake, you set my heart aglow. Arkansas, you set my heart aglow, Arkansas. We were so happy together. I believed our love would always last. Then, like a change in the weather, of the love we vowed would never die. The flower they call the bleeding heart is such a pretty thing, but when the heart's your own that bleeds, you learn what love may bring. Bleeding heart, no sadder words were spoken. How I wish you'd never said goodbye. My true lover went to sail upon the sea. It was in the month of June when the roses were in bloom, when he took me in his arms and said to me, you're a flower blooming in the wildwood, a flower blooming there for me, sweeter than the morning dew, and I'll soon return to you. You're a flower that is blooming there for me. Came to me from the captain on the sea that told me my darling was dead. Oh, the shock and great surprise made the teardrops dim my eyes when I thought about the last words that he said. You're a flower blooming in the wildwood, a flower blooming there for me, sweeter than the morning dew, and I'll soon return to you. You're a flower that is blooming there for me. Now he can't return to me, he got drowned in the sea and has passed over life's weary way. When it's in the month of June and the roses are in bloom, it seems that I can hear my lover say, you're a flower blooming in the wildwood, a flower blooming there for me, sweeter than the morning dew, and I'll soon return to you. You're a flower that is blooming there for me. Brother, take this warning. Don't let old Satan hold your hand. You'll be lost in sin forever. You'll never reach the promised land. The old crossroad now is waiting. Which one are you going to take? One leads down to destruction, the other to the pearly gate. The one that goes down below. The old crossroad now is waiting. Which one are you going to take? One leads down to destruction, the other to the pearly gates. The old crossroad now is waiting. Which one are you going to take? One leads down to destruction, the other to the pearly gates. I saw the master this morning as the sun was beginning to rise. He was sailing white clouds across heaven, moving the shadows of night. He bent down and kissed all the roses, left them blushing like sweet bashful girls. I saw the master this morning when he came down to wake up the world. Gently touched on the mountains and gave all the robins their song. The warm morning wind caught the lyric, the mountain brook took it along. Then he whispered over the valleys and the pretty white lilies unfurled. I saw the master this morning when he came down to wake up the world. Then a bright ray of sun broke the heavens and spilled across the valleys and hills. It shone on the river like diamonds and danced on the ripples and rills. I bowed in the light of his presence, and a sweet loving peace stirred my soul. I saw master this morning when he came down to wake up the world. I saw the master this morning when he came down to wake up the world. Singing in the trees, play some lonesome fiddle, please. Smell those biscuits cooking in the pan. Hear the laughter in the house, that's what love is all about. Doggone, it sure is good to be back home. And my sweet little woman holds her arms out and says, I'm glad to see you. She listens to my trouble and lays a tender hand upon my head. Then she tells me I love you, and I sure do miss you when you're gone. That's why I'm so happy to be home. Kids come running up to me, shining eyes and filled with glee, talking all at once about their day. Our dog Spot's tail is wagging, pardon me if you think I'm bragging, but I'm just so happy to be home. And my sweet little woman winks at me as the sun is sinking low. Then she whispers, I love you, and I sure do miss you when you go. And the sweet scent of perfume fills the air as she turns the lights down low. And that's why I'm so happy to be home. Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? Have you ever loved someone just as I've loved you? Can't you see I'm sorry for each mistake I've made? Can't you see I've changed, dear? Can't you see I've paid? Be a little forgiving, take me back in your arms. How can I go on living now that we're apart? If you knew what I've been through, then you know why I ask you. Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? A little forgiving, take me back in your arms. How can I go on living now that we're apart? If you knew what I've been through, then you'd know why I ask you. Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? Casey Jones was a mighty man. Now he's resting in the promised land. The kind of music he could understand was an 8-wheel driver under his command. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. Fireman started ringing the bell. Everyone hung around to tell Casey Jones was coming to town with a 6-8-wheeler lying flat on the ground. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. Casey Jones said before he died 5 more things he'd like to ride: a bicycle, tricycle, automobile, a bow-legged mule, and a Ferris wheel. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line. Sickness deep inside me when I find that you're not doing me just right. There's a smile upon my face, though my heart's about to break to hold you tight. There's a wanting need to love you, though the sight of me is hard for you to bear. And your silence makes me feel the strangest urge to say to you, I just don't care. But you'll have to be the one to say goodbye. You'll have to be the one, because I'm holding to the memories of the love you had for me, you said would never die. You'll have to be the one that says I'm turning out the light of love that burns inside. Yes, you'll have to be the one, 'cause I'll be hanging on too hard to ever say goodbye. Place they say that broken hearts can go to get adjusted to the ache and pain. There's a time to realize that losing you won't kill me, though I think it surely may. There's a God in heaven that will help to heal the lonely sickness heartbreak brings. But for now I feel the only cure for me will be the wreath you place upon my grave. You'll have to be the one to say goodbye. You'll have to be the one because I'm holding to the memories of the love you had for me you said would never die. You'll have to be the one that says I'm turning out the light of love that burns inside. Yes, you'll have to be the one, 'cause I'll be hanging on too hard to ever say goodbye. Yes, you'll have to be the one, 'cause I'll be hanging on too hard to ever say goodbye. On a cold October morning, not a leaf was stirring, a lonesome heartbreak hovered over me. When I heard my daddy say, I'll be leaving you, son, I'll be leaving God's green earth today. Someone is calling me, someone is calling me. I'll be joining the angels with your mother, my son. Jesus is calling me. Sat by his bedside, we had prayer together, Dad and me. As he held my hand and gently smiled in answer to the tears I cried, this is what my daddy said to me. Someone is calling me, someone is calling me. I'll be joining the angels with your mother, my son. Jesus is calling me. His last word softly spoken was, I've erred more than most, son. Although my sins are many, now I'm free. For the Lord has spoken to me. He said I've sinned aplenty, and finally my slate is all wiped clean. Someone is calling me, someone is calling me. I'll be joining the angels with your mother, my son. Jesus is calling me. A stillness like no other entered the room. With the sound of angel wings, I knew that pain and suffering was gone forever. And the precious memory of his last words will forever remain within my heart. Jesus is calling me. What a wonderful sound. Although my heart was breaking, it was wonderful knowing that I had sat right until the end with one of God's sheep, my dad. Today as I was walking in a field just down the way, I sat down on a fallen log to pass the time away. And as I looked around me, the more I looked, I began to realize that I was viewing God's coloring book. I saw a golden ray of sunlight, a silver drop of dew. Snow-white fleecy clouds were floating o'er the sky of blue. A yellow dandelion, a pretty evergreen, some red and orange flowers growing wild along the stream. And as I looked around me, the more I looked, I began to realize that I was viewing God's coloring book. The color gray in an old man's hair, the pink in baby's cheeks, the dark black in a stormy cloud, the brown in fallen leaves, the multicolored rainbow stretching out across the sky, the purple haze of sunset just before the night. And as I looked around me, the more I looked, I began to realize that I was viewing God's coloring book. Then I turned my face towards the sky and said a silent prayer. Although God seldom speaks to me, I see him everywhere. He is all around me, he's everywhere I look, and each new day is but a new page in God's coloring book. He is all around